this is every Blox fruit combat ability explained. Number 1, the fighting style. Fighting style is either a punch, just like this, or a kick, if you're using something like flash step. This is one of the most basic things you can use in Blox fruits, but it is really good, especially for boot users. And it can also be enhanced with hockey, and it enhances the fighting style or sword by a lot. And that's what we're going to talk about next. You can get hockey by going to the snow village in the first sea, talking to the abilities trainer, and getting it for about 75,000, I think. And it is very useful. If you're using a sword or a fighting style, you can use J to equip it, and this one is orange, but it's usually black just because I got an extra color on it, which you can get a lot of colors with it. If you want a more detailed guide, there's a video up here that talks about it more in depth, but that's basically the gist of it. The next one is a little bit more complicated, and these are fruits. There are a lot of different fruits in the game, but when you eat them, they make it so you can't swim anymore, which it basically doesn't matter at all. But they give you a lot of different buffs, going from the rocket fruit, which is actually pretty good for being the first fruit in the game. There's a lot more, like this one, the dough fruit, which is really good for PvP. And a lot of these fruits can be awakened to get special abilities or extra buffs. The next one is sword. There are a lot of different swords in the game that you can get, ranging from a lot of different ways to get them. It's basically the same as a fighting style, but you just use it as a click, and you also have some extra abilities on top of that. You just walk over to someone and click, and that's how it works. Very easy. This can also be used for hockey, and it actually looks really cool. And with these legendary swords, it gives you this like wavy cool effect there. And the last one is a gun. So gun, in my opinion, is the worst thing you can use for combat in the game. And you basically just walk over to people and shoot them. So it technically is a ranged thing, like if you can snipe them right there, but the reload time, I mean for that especially, is just absolutely terrible. Damage isn't really that good, and no one is using this for PvP. Like maybe there's some things you can do for PvP, like, you know, go up here and try to snipe him. You know, where did he go? And those are the combat systems explained. Now if you want to see hockey and how to get that, how to grind up, then there's a video on screen that tells you everything about it, or at least mostly everything about it. So click on that if you want to learn more about that. And yes.